So last episode we addressed our goalkeeping problem, and you might be wondering, well, Jack, has it worked? How has Preston Edwards done? Look at this. Look at this. Save percentage, Preston Edwards, 87%. He is the best goalkeeper in this league by a country mile. Last time we were here, Wood was down at the bottom with 53%. This man has single-handedly turned around our season. You can see how bigger an upgrade he was in the goalkeeping position. And well, with his great form, we have climbed the table. We now sit in 6th. We are one place away from the playoffs. Today, we're taking on two teams in the hunt for the playoffs. Let's see if we really can make a late push to end the season, shall we? Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to episode 9 of Park to Prem here with Three Bridges. Today we are going to be taking on Lancing and VCD Athletic, two teams very much in the playoff hunt. I left things at the end of last episode saying, well, we'll either come back and be very mid-table or we'll come back and we'll be in the hunt. We are in the hunt and then some. And as you can see, Jack Daldy has 20 goals. He has the highest average rating. And I feel like all of our fortunes have just turned around. We've been absolutely incredible. Jack Daldy, 15 goals in the league in 28 games, a 7.51 rating. And to be honest with you, we're just bloody brilliant. If we just look at the goals scored for, we have the second most potent attack. Now, yes, the defence is not great. It's the 4th worst defence in the league across the whole year. As of late, obviously, with the new signing in Preston Edwards, it's got way better. And if we just take a look at some of the team stats, you can see where we shine. We create chances, and a lot of them. In terms of shots for, we're leading the way quite comfortably. Shots on target, we've got the most of those. Shots per game, I mean, we're averaging 18.39. There are a couple of teams not too far away from us, and those teams are actually the teams towards the top of the table. But all in all, we're just creating so many opportunities, and that solid base that we've added at the back over the last few months has come into fruition. And we look really good. Now, we left things last time having beat Hastings United 1-0. We're back today only 5 games later, all those games in the league. The form's not been incredible. We've only won 2 of our last 5, but we've managed to draw the other 3. And yeah, defensively, we've looked really, really good. We started things off with this 2-1 win against Whitehawk. And in this game, Jack Daldy, the hero. I've already bigged him up. We'll big him up some more. Back post header for the first goal of the game, just 6 minutes in. Into the second half, Whitehawk up to the pressure. They scored a penalty. Edwards couldn't quite get his hand to it strongly enough. However, late on in the game, we completed a little bit of a turnaround of fortunes. A game where we weren't really that good, to be honest. They had the better XG. I think we had slightly more chances. But just having a goalkeeper who stops balls, it turns out can win you football matches. And yeah, it definitely felt like that was a factor in this game here. The next couple of games, 2-2 draws. The first was against Beckenham Town. However, in this game, we had a sending off. We had a really inspired performance, dare I say. It was 1-1, 35 minutes in, we go down a man. O'Neill, you are a melon, my son. He was sent off, but despite that, we kept in the game. They scored in the 73rd minute, but in the 93rd minute, Jack Daldy, the hero. So this pretty much was the last kick of the game. The 93rd minute, Thompson with the ball through, Daldy getting in behind, using his acceleration and pace. Of course, Daldy and Gallimore, I think, have 13 acceleration and 12 or 13 pace. For this level, they are very, very quick players. And with our passing into space, with us liking to create as many opportunities as possible and get the ball up quickly to them, they are able to get in behind just like that. So even in games where we are down a man, we're sat back, maybe penned in a little bit, there's always that big ball over the top. And at the moment, I mean, Daldy is scoring everything that comes his way. Following the Beckenham Town game, as I mentioned, we took on Sittingbourne. They are in second, so to draw this one 2-2, nothing to be ashamed of. A good little performance there. We then took on Haywards Heath. And, well, look, Gaylor just decided he didn't like Haywards Heath. He scored a hat-trick inside 9 minutes. He went on to get 5 goals in the game. He was absolutely sensational at Shadow Striker, but to be honest, it was a great team performance across the board. We limited their opportunities. When stuff did get through, Edwards was there to make the stops necessary. And, yeah, it doesn't really get much better than this. So to end this run of games, we took on Ashford United. As you can see, it finished 1-1. wasn't really a classic. They scored in the first minute. We fought back well. At the end of the day, we could only muster up the draw. And considering they're a team in 10th place, that is a game I would really, really like to win. So today's opening game is going to be against Lancing. If we win this one 2-0, we will leapfrog them and go into the playoffs for the first time all season. So a really good opportunity here, especially at home. Our second opposition in VCD Athletic are only 2 points behind us, down in 9th. The league is still quite compressed in the middle, and with 10 games left of the season, there's a very high probability and a reasonable chance that we could still slip down the league and end up in mid-table. But right now, confidence is high. I think we're on an 11-game unbeaten run. We really have been top draw. So, as you can imagine, going into this game here, my expectations are rather high. In terms of team selection, it's a very standard setup. At the moment, Gallimore, Daldy and Gayler has just become the go-to front three. In the midfield, Artemi, Jones and Thompson is just what I've been running. Thompson's been very, very good this year. Talked about his assists previously. He creates so much for us in the middle. And Jones, the 16-year-old, improving a lot, coming into his own. He's already agreed to sign a senior deal when he's eligible to. He's got a 7.07 rating, which, I mean, for a player of his age, kind of being thrown in at the deep end, is pretty good. And he has been getting even better as of late. You can see here a 7.2 rating for him. Now, last season, we finished 17th and Lancing finished 15th. So we are two teams who last year were at the foot of the table. You might remember us kind of looking at Lancing as a team we could possibly catch towards the end of our first season at Three Bridges. As things have transpired over the last 12 months, both teams have got significantly better. They're in the playoffs. We're trying to hunt them down. It's a similar scenario to last season, albeit just further up the table. It's Barnett and Blackham at the back, two players who I'd like to keep on next year. And, well, it's now with Gallimore. He's going to play through Daldy. He's in great form. Can he squeeze it in? He can't. It would have been offside. It wouldn't have counted. But the opening signs, the early signs, they look rather promising. Look at that. 6 shots on target, 9 shots total. They're creating nothing. We just need a goal. And, well, could we get one here? In front of the gazebo, Gayler's going to whip it in. Blackham flicks it on. Gallimore's there at the back post. And, in fact, it may have even come off a defender because Gayler has been given the assist, which I'm not going to complain about because Gayler is in the running for most assists this year, but I don't think that was his assist. I'm pretty sure Blackham's got his head on it. I'm not going to complain. Gallimore's got a goal. He's been somewhat in the shadow of Daldy this year, so good to see our other striker, the current top earner, actually finishing a chance there. He has agreed, by the way, a new deal for next year as well. So Gallimore-Daldy will be our strike pairing next year, and well, they're linking up again. This time it's Daldy one-on-one, dinks the keeper, straight down the middle. And, well, we can have a party 2-0 up against the team in 5th. Maybe, just maybe, we are a playoff side after all. This was a bit route one. Wasn't particularly sexy, but with the passing into space that we have set up, when teams sit deep, we're just going to use the pace of our forwards. We have faster players than they have. And, well, Daldy with a pretty convincing finish at the end of it. Corner, though, for us to deal with. I mean, we've already scored from one. Could they turn things around here and score their own? Of course they can. It was Drew Matthews with the header. Questionable marking at best, but it was a very, very good header into the top corner. Not sure we can blame Edwards too much for that one. Always disappointing, though, isn't it, when you concede a set piece. Header glanced across goal. Could the man on the post have done better? Probably. We've been on top in this game. We've been the better team. Let's stick to our game plan. And while Kay on the overlap as the wing-back's going to whip it in towards Daldy, keeper drops it. Daldy, I mean, he should score it. There's no other way of sugarcoating it. He has to score that chance. He's blasted it over. And we're straight into another highlight. I mean, Jones, what are you going to do, my friend? He gives it to Barnett, now with Artemi, who's on a booking, which always scares me when the defensive midfielder's on a booking. Does anyone else get scared if their ball-winning midfielder or their defensive midfielder is on a booking? I just feel like I'm gambling. I'm dancing with the devil. Gallimore, can you finish this to keep me confident? Of course he can. 2 for the game for him and an assist. He is having a cracking match. And this time, I think it was Gayler with the assist. Another one to add to his scrapbook. Or was it Jones? I take it back. It was the 16-year-old. He's a child. He has no vowels in his first name unless you're Welsh. Apparently then Y and W are vowels in Welsh. Look, I didn't go to a Welsh school. I don't know if that's not obvious. Look, we're 3-1 up. We're bloody brilliant. Let's get in at half-time and have a party. Very happy, lads. More of the same. Don't need to overcomplicate things today, he says, and then a highlight begins immediately. I mean, if they get a goal back here, it's going to be a bit of a vibe killer. If we can get another, I will have a party. It's lumped over to Gallimore. Can he finish it? He's got a hat-trick. He's got a blooming hat-trick. He's celebrating in front of the fans. There's no one in the ground that he's celebrating at. I feel a bit bad for Gallimore. Go and run them to the fans on the far side. Celebrate with them. Gala dinked it over. Gallimore through on goal. As I said, he's been in Jack Daldy's shadow a little bit this year. He started so slowly. I think he had 1 goal in his first 7 games. Felt like maybe I'd made a little bit of a mistake, but I mean, he's on a 10.0 today, so not a mistake, a happy accident. I mean, not even an accident, calculated. He's come good in the end. I'm delighted. I mean, I don't want to alarm anyone. We're up to 5th. We're in the playoffs as things stand, which is a sentence I did not think I would be saying in October, but here we are, kind of end of February, start of March, and we look very, very good. I mean, there's no other way of sugarcoating it. It's quite the turnaround, and it has been inspired by obviously Preston Edwards in goal, but also I think just players like Gallimore and Daldy performing to the level that I expected of them. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you play Football Manager, players just all have what feels like rough runs of form all at once. But suddenly this squad that looked like, well, let's be honest, relegation candidates, certainly a team in a relegation battle, have really turned things up. And we've played some pretty nice football. I mean, this is lovely as we knock it around. Gallimore, could he get another? He can't. It's parried away and cleared away, but yeah, we're just playing brilliant football. I just feel happy. What a contrast to the start of the week. It's okay for them, the left back, bringing it forward. Always a little bit wary of wing backs when we're playing, of course, with our narrower system. But, I mean, they've not caused us too many issues at this level. Say all of this, maybe there's going to be a goal result. Or maybe we're going to get another. I want 5. Maybe I'm getting carried away here. I want a 5th, lads. Mohammed for them on the far side to Hedges. We've got so many men back in the middle of the pitch. It's so difficult for them to find any space in the centre. We have the instructions force teams inside, but actually what I'm trying to do by that is force them into areas where it's crowded so that inevitably when they do get space like here, it's only with fullbacks, which, I mean, at this level, fullbacks just don't really have the quality to whip in balls that scare me. Don't do it to me, Football Manager. You know what? I shouldn't have said anything. I should not have spoken. It was a genuine, honest mistake. I'll never do it again. You literally couldn't make it up. I mean, as I said, at this level, fullbacks don't put in crosses like that very often, and when they do, usually Edwards can save them or come to collect it. On this occasion, they actually scored it. It's 4-2. We're still going to run out victors. We're still currently ahead of Lancing on goal difference. As long as they don't get another, we're going to be fine. And with the full-time whistle blown, we are fine. A 4-2 win, really convincing performance. We were the better team throughout this game, and our next game should be just as winnable. We're taking on VCD Athletic. They were only 2 points behind us previously. I'm now interested to know how they did in their last game. Looking at things, looks like they slipped up. Who did they play? VCD Athletic, where are you? Or did they not play? Apparently they didn't play. They've now got a game in hand on everyone. Well, you know what? We're going to try and pull further ahead of them. We're in the playoffs. Do not scratch your eyes. Don't think we're going to catch Burgess Hill, though. Yeah, they're 19 points ahead of us. Okay, 1 game down, 1 more to go. If we can win this, I mean, my oh my, we could climb into 3rd. That would be mental. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Sittingbourne because they and Burgess Hill are having their own little battle at the top of the table. But with 8 games left of the year, we could somehow be in a situation where realistically, to start next week with Monday's episode, we could be coming back for playoffs, which, I mean, let's be honest, that would be just mad. But we've been really good this year. We've created a lot. We've started scoring a lot. It'll be interesting to see if we can do it here against VCD Athletic. Worth noting, they did play their game in hand. They were taking on Athletic Newham, who have a ground share. So a lot of their games I've noticed with Athletic Newham get played on Sundays. Just kind of one of the quirks of playing in the lower leagues of England. Lots of teams just share grounds. Anyway, when it comes to our team today, just one little change to be aware of. Unfortunately, Jones, the young centre mid, is suspended. So as a result, KJ Osu is going to come into the team. At 21 years old, this guy's played fairly frequently for us. He's not been great by any means, but who knows, maybe slotting him into the new system is going to work well for us. Elsewhere in the team, I think it's just really worth drawing attention to the form over the last 5 games. It's not been very common for us here at Three Bridges just to see a sea of green in the average ratings of either the last 3 games or last 5 games and just all the game columns. But when you look at it here, it just looks really, really positive, doesn't it? You can't help but be a little bit excited by what's going on. As I said, a win here could put us in a great position. Besides the Jones change, we've had a week break. I don't need to change anything unnecessarily. And of course, because we're not in any cup competitions, there's just no congestion to speak of, which I think has definitely helped us when it's come to really focusing on the league for this second half of the year. So if we win this, as I said, 8 games left of the year. Beyond this, we are in a really, really good spot. Let's see if we can make it happen in front of the gazebo. Okay, 3 minutes into this game, we got a very, very early highlight. I feel like whenever I come for matches at Three Bridges, it's always raining. Has anyone else noticed that? I feel like I mean, yes, it's England and it is February, but it just rains every Saturday over Three Bridges, it turns out. Maybe that helps with our style of play and I've just not recognised it yet. Anyway, we're knocking the ball around really nicely here. Osu, who of course has been thrust into the team, involved in the build-up. And oh my word, Gala almost scored one of his signature goals. The keeper got a huge hand on it, tipped it over. I doubt anything's going to come off the corner. It's not going to have anything come off the corner. It was a good header, to be fair, but Mott, yet again, clings onto it. I wonder if the VCD Athletic goalkeepers have a busy day today. So VCD Athletic look like they're playing a 4-2-3-1. I'm a little nervy about the overloads in the wide area, but we'll see how this plays out. I'm not going to make any rash changes here because we have been on top in the early stages of this game and we're back in possession here. Osu back to Barnett, now wide with Kay, who's going to have a little bit of space to give it back to Osu. Thrust into the team today, keep a keen eye on him. Gallimore threaded through, can he finish it? He can't. He scored a goal just like that in the last game. Unfortunately, on this occasion, his effort goes wide, but we're straight into another highlight right away, and we could be in danger here because Williams is bursting through the middle. Our defence is all over the place, and that by Jason Williams is one hell of a finish. That is goal number 26 of the season for him. I can only assume he's one of the top goal scorers in the league because he looked quite quick in the match engine there, and the finish at the end of it was very nice too. Barnett won the initial header and then just kind of ball-watched as Williams moved into the space that Barnett had kind of vacated in behind. Confident finish, good finish. Not going to blame Edwards for that one. Just having a quick look at Jason Williams, by the way. Turns out he is quite quick, noticeably quick. 27 years old. He's got 21 goals in the league, which puts him joint second in the goal-scoring charts. Gonna hope that we can keep him a bit quieter than we have done so far in this game. Anyway, there's a free kick deep here in, well, their half. So they're going to bring the ball forward. Williams now with it. Through again. Edwards. What a stop that is. He parries it over the crossbar. We give the ball away again then. Edwards clearing it away big up the field. Doesn't go anywhere where it needs to go. They've dealt with it. They've scored from it. I'm looking for the linesman to raise his flag. It's not being raised. It's 2-0 VCD Athletic. That all came from a pretty suboptimal clearance by Edwards, didn't it? Gala couldn't win that ball in the air, and then from there, I mean, our defence. I mean, there's just pause things here. What has happened? Well, Barnett is just... I don't know what Barnett's doing today. I feel like he's sabotaging our efforts. I guess Edwards didn't put in a particularly great stop, did he, in goal for us? But it's 2-0 VCD Athletic, and with it, they go ahead of us, and I hope you enjoyed and savoured our moments of us being in the playoffs, because we're now in 7th. That said, let's not panic just yet. There's over an hour left of this game. Plenty of time to turn this around. We've created chances. We just need to be a little more deadly perhaps going forward, or maybe Gallimore with a chance to be just that till their keeper parries it over. That should have been a goal, but a great stop. I feel like there's more goals in this game. This just feels like a game that's going to have goals. I've noticed, by the way, Osu's been very involved in our build-up play. Anyone else notice that? It just feels like he's constantly on the ball every highlight. The sub. Thrown in at the deep end today, but holding his own at the moment, dare I say. Gala, Osu, speaking of the devil, Gala, Daldy, Gallimore, expertly gets back onside. Can he finish it? He can't. So at the break here, we're 2 goals down. I don't want to say we've been unfortunate. We've been very unfortunate in this game. We've got an XG that is more than double theirs. 15 shots, 10 on target. Their goalkeeper's been very, very good in this half. I'm going to tell the players to show me something else. I'm also going to try and motivate them a little bit. Kind of disappointed with what I've seen from the players just in general. Gala didn't like my words there, but other players reacted well. And, well, I'm looking at the likes of Daldy and Gallimore ready to step things up in the second half. We've created chances. We need to start taking them. Well, we could have a set piece here. We've been good from these traditionally. Gala was not happy with my team talk. Put my words in my mouth, Gala. Smash it in. He can't. He hits it over. Wasn't far over, but not on target. 25 minutes left in this game. Anthony Ball's picked up an injury, so we're going to have to take him off. Elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Lewis Wilson, I think, for Gallimore. I know Gallimore got a hat-trick last time out, but Lewis Wilson's a man who has goals in him. We've brought him on off the bench before. I need him to do it again. Let's see if he can do it here, as we are going to have a set piece. Gala whipping it in. Barnett heads just over. 25 minutes left in. The pressure is mounting. Look at the chances we've had. How have we not scored here? A rare bad day in the office, you'd say, for our attackers thus far in this game. But still time to turn it around. And, I mean, Daldy's just been murdered. What happened? He threw an elbow. I want to watch that. Apparently he threw an elbow, according to the commentator. Did anyone else see the elbow there? I mean, it looked the way he fell over looked like he'd been murdered. I mean, he's literally dead. Poor Daldy, elbowing him in the head. That's just not cricket. I mean, they're down a man here. We really need to make this man advantage count now in what remains of this game. So passing it right back like that doesn't really fill me with joy. But because there's the highlight playing, I'm not going to make any changes just yet. We'll wait and see what happens. If we don't score here, we'll turn up the dials to 11 on the goal-scoring chances as Gala has an effort that was unconvincingly saved, but VCD living to fight another day for now. But we do have a corner. We're good from these traditionally. 14 corners. Shame that the heading of our defenders isn't quite as good as a 14, isn't it? So I'm going to go to attacking, wing backs on attack, in transition. We are now going to look to counter press, distribute it quickly. I think, to be honest, distribute it quickly, potentially to just the CDM. I think Artemi's going to get a little bit more space in what remains in this game now that they're down a man. And then out of possession, we are going to just push, press, get into them, and try and just up the tempo and the difficulty, I suppose, for VCD to play their game. They're down a man. They've dropped their centre attack in mid. They've now gone to a 4-4-1-1. I'm going to make a few more changes, I think, here. 5 minutes left. We need a goal desperately. And, well, they could easily get one against the run of play here. We've been the better team in this game. It's been a while since we've had a frustrating performance to watch here at Three Bridges. Their defenders headed that on to Wilson. Wilson would have been offside if Daldy won it, but he scored it. And okay, it is going to be offside. Don't celebrate it. It's a familiar sight, isn't it, Wilson having a goal disallowed for offside? I thought the defender had flicked it on. Unfortunately, it was Daldy. And with that, that was the last chance of the game. Gonna level with you. Not sure how we've not scored here. Not sure how we've ended up losing the game 2-0. Just one of those games in Football Manager. I'm not going to overanalyze it. I'm not going to panic. A bad day in the office, but look, we're not going to let it get us bogged down too much. Unfortunately, it is going to see us drop out the playoffs. So that was a nice week, wasn't it, when we were in the top 5? It means that there's still plenty of work left to be done between now and the end of the season. So unfortunately, our 12-game unbeaten run is going to come to an end there. Disappointing. We should have won that game, really. Looking at the games we've got coming up, we've got Sheffield United in 3rd, and then the end-of-season run, it's not too bad. It could be easier. It could be worse. I think next time out, we're going to come back for the last 2 games of the season, assuming that they're going to really, settle our playoff fate. We've got Charlton Athletic and Eastbourne Town. Eastbourne are in 4th. So to end the year, that could be a game where we're looking to beat them in order to leapfrog them away from home. Yeah, not really looking forward to that. Hopefully it's not going to come to that scenario. Hopefully we're going to be back in the playoffs before then. Another thing worth noting is on Monday, next episode, we have our youth intake coming in. And apparently it's going to be an excellent intake. I'm looking at the A's for centre mids and A's for wing backs. And I'm getting a little bit excited. Hopefully I'm not going to be let down by this. Hopefully Wayne Ryan, you're going to be doing the business. I want to believe that he's not lying to me, although he's not very good at his job, so he probably is just lying. But alas, that is going to wrap up everything from me today. As always, if you have enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. The end of season is going to be mad. I don't know if I'm ready. You've got 2 days to prepare. I'll see you on Monday for that. And until next time, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.